Hey guys, I'm Justin with Legato Financial Group. Our firm is passionate about helping educate consumers, which is why we're powering the Gaining Interest podcast. The podcast of quick conversations with industry experts on topics that you want to know about, from sports to dining to healthcare and automotive, and really everything in between. It's hosted by one of the greatest local personalities that I've met, that's John Ramsey.
I'll tell you why I love this podcast, because it's all about community. We used to call it water cooler talk, and that no longer exists. But if it's interesting to you, it's interesting to us. We encourage you to tell your friends. As Justin mentioned, we're going to talk about everything under the sun. We will be gaining interest, and we appreciate you watching. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Gaining Interest. We are powered by Legato Financial Group, and we thank them for that. Once again, the title, Gaining Interest, it's about everything interesting, and certainly I think something that is interesting to everyone is your health and well-being. There is a lot of information out there on strength training, cardiovascular training, but how about recovery? How do you recover quickly? Who do you talk to about that? You go to the experts, and that's what I'm going to do today. We're going to talk about some folks who are from Recover Well. And it is all about recovery and making you feel good and vibrant. So with me once again, or not once again, right now, is Nicole Hennessey.
Hello.
Welcome in, Nicole.
Thank you.
And Grace Nobers. Grace,
Yes.
welcome in.
Hi.
Thank you both for coming in today. This is interesting to me because as I get older, I find there's a little bit more, creaks here, soreness there. And I think that's true for a lot of folks. And we always stress the workout, so that's fine. But let's talk about recovery. So first of all, Recover Well. Tell me about it and what you offer.
Yeah, so we offer cryotherapy, so whole body cryotherapy. There are different types. Sometimes your head's exposed, sometimes it's just certain aspects of your body. Ours is a whole body chamber, so your entire body goes in there. And we also offer infrared sauna pods. So it's different than your typical sauna that you walk into and sit down. So ours are pods, so you actually lie down in a room. It's like a bed. Your head is out the entire time. Your entire body's in there. It's a 30-minute session. It's incredible. We have cell phone mounts. You can watch a show, listen to a movie. We have great music. So we do a lot of contrast therapy, which is hot, cold as well. So typically clients will come in and they will get in and do their 30-minute sauna session, get a really deep, intense sweat, and then they'll jump into the cryo chamber, cool off, kind of dries up all your sweat, and you're good to go for the day.
And there is research that backs the benefits.
Oh, gosh.
I tend to be a little bit skeptical.
Sure.
Because we've all done things where, okay, this supplement will do this or this will do that, and there's no magic pill, but this is really proven science. Yeah. So first of all, before I get into that proven science, I want to ask you something here, Grace. Mm-hmm. How cold does that cryotherapy chamber get?
Well, what's great about our cryo chamber is that it's really customizable. So we have 4 different levels of temperature that you can go into. So our beginner level, which technically is the warmest, is negative 166 degrees. It's cold, but not as cold as it could get because our coldest level is negative 220.
Ooh,
Yes.
So negative 220, but to be clear, how long are you in that kind of temperature?
Between 2 minutes and 3 minutes. We can actually really make it to 5-second intervals in between that 2 minute to 3 minute session in there, which is nice because 5 seconds in there is different than 5 seconds in room temperature. So it's nice that people can kind of gradually work their way up to 3 minutes. In the case that, it can be a little intimidating at first. So
But speaking of, scientifically backed, mm-hmm. I mean, forever, whenever you're injured, you're told put some ice on it because
right.
it reduces inflammation. And this would do it for the entire body because I think sometimes if it's not sore, we neglect our bodies. We say, oh, we're okay.
Right.
But reducing inflammation is always a good thing.
Yes.
But minus what was that again?
Well, beginner level is at negative 166. Professional is negative 220. And then we have 2 temperatures in between. So you kind of work your way down by 20 degrees as you work your way down to pro.
But it makes sense. It's really kind of
definitely an acclimation period.
Yeah, it's a recovery hack. It's
Totally.
like, okay, instead of putting ice on for 3 hours, as the
Absolutely.
doctor would tell you at one point, this would really help your entire body very quickly.
Everything.
Yes.
It's amazing.
So
Literally.
let's talk more about that scientific based or what do they call double blind tests. This stuff works.
It does.
So first of all, let's go to the sauna part of it.
Yeah.
So tell me what you know, if you don't mind, Nicole, about saunas and their benefits.
Yeah, absolutely. So the difference between infrared and your regular dry sauna is huge. Most people don't understand. They just think your regular dry sauna you see on TV, movies, you go to at a spa, and there's steam, and you immediately start sweating just from the heat. Infrared's completely different. So infrared actually heats your core temperature. It heats you from the inside out. It heats your blood, okay? And that takes a while. So it's a 30-minute session. You don't even really start sweating until that last 10 to 15 minutes because of the way that it's heating your body. So because it's kind of detoxing you from the inside out, we hit all those deep tissue muscles. We get rid of all those toxins. We literally see black sweat coming out and on the towels afterwards just from the heavy metals and toxins that people have in their body. It's great for your cardiac health. So your heart rate is getting elevated with both of our services, which have an added bonus. You typically burn between like 300 and 600 calories doing each of our services. So there is the bonus of weight loss, although that's not our huge promotion, but it's definitely there. Skin tightening, it promotes collagen and just everything. It's amazing for everything.
I've read really good research on that. So tell me about the combination of hot and cold therapy, going back and forth. So they have individual benefits, but that's amplified, isn't it, when you put them together? So talk about that.
So this is, like you said, this isn't new. This is old stuff. This is caveman kind of things, hot, cold therapy, right? I mean, we've been doing it forever. So you can do it either way. We have clients that come in and they would rather freeze first and then sweat after, or vice versa. So you're getting the benefits of both of them. So it really kind of depends on why you're coming in. And, our studio assistants are really great about helping to customize that. So say, for instance, you had an injury that you really wanted to feel better. We would come in, we would probably recommend that you do the sauna first, so you're getting that really deep, intense sweat, and then finishing with a cryotherapy so that you get those longer benefits of the cryotherapy to last throughout the day. You also leave with an extreme release of dopamine and endorphins from cryotherapy.
Yes.
So it's really just like a burst of energy and you're ready to go kill the day. Now, if I'm going in the evenings because I want to go, I go myself when my kids are at their sports practice and I'm kind of dying down for the evening, I'll do the cryo first and then sauna last because it just kind of relaxes your body and leaves you feeling kind of refreshed and rejuvenated.
This sounds
so
good.
it kind of depends on what you're looking for, but that's our job. That's our job to figure out why you're there, what we can do, how we can make you feel better.
I call cryo physical caffeine.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Because it's just like a way to wake you up, especially since people come in before their workday, or some people even come in on their lunch break to like just get like that reboost of energy.
So when I think about recover well, I always think about the physical benefits, but there are mental benefits and the antioxidants that you're releasing, all of these things. So
Huge
talk
mental.
a little bit about that. Perhaps, Grace, maybe you can share a story of someone who says, I experienced this, or the difference in my life now is this. What are you hearing from people who go to recover well?
Yeah, a lot of our clients, some have like autoimmune diseases or chronic inflammation illnesses. So they come in at least either every day or every other day, whether it's to do sauna and cryo or just one of the services. They find that building that into their daily routine like has made long-lasting results, like just for every day, just to decrease the inflammation that they deal with. Again, any autoimmune issues that they have, it really helps kind of keep everything in balance and in check for them. I think physically and mentally, because I know that mentally it can be, draining to deal with something like that on a regular basis. And so the fact that they can go somewhere to kind of seek some relief and treatment from it, they're all
that makes perfect sense. So like I was saying that, okay, if you have an injury, yes, it can benefit you, but sometimes it's good to be proactive, Nicole,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah, actually, and we have, so cryotherapy in the sauna, we have a couple clients who really struggle from anxiety, depression, some have some special needs, some sensory issues, things like that. Infrared is incredible for children, actually. So children can get into our sauna pods. My children love it, and they're 10 and 7. So we just reduce the heat and the time, but it's actually amazing. And there are a lot of studies that show how great it is for anxiety, depression, again, sensory issues with children, which I know is a big thing that we deal with now. But cryotherapy in particular can actually really aid with anxiety and depression. So what happens is your body kind of immediately goes into, you're getting into the chamber and your whole body's in there in this extreme cold, kind of a smaller space. We immediately get that urge to fight against this, right? And we want to fight. We're uncomfortable. We want to fight. But actually fighting through that is a huge mental breakthrough for you. So it really helps reduce the anxiety and really makes you kind of get in your own head and just get through it.
You said something there that lends itself to my next question. This is interesting, Nicole. Grace, I will ask you this. So not only you talk about the fight, So sometimes it is good. We're all comfortable. It's air conditioned in this room. We get in our car, we turn on the air conditioner during the summer, the heater during the winter.
Yeah.
But it's good to make your body a little bit uncomfortable for your immune system as well,
Yes.
so that you can fight off diseases. You get to a point of you're so comfortable that your body has forgotten how to fight things. It's like, oh, this is different. And suddenly you're sick. So
Right.
again, the proactive. Talk a little bit about the immune system, Grace, and the benefits there.
Well, I think especially we have clients that come in, like if they're feeling under the weather, sweating it out is like the best way to do it. Because again, you're like detoxifying your body and really helping your body like circulate. And so that's a great way to just like get everything out. And especially during allergy season, we actually have people come in to cryo because there's just like a lot of inflammation and pressure like in their face. And so they just pop into cryo just to like cool things down. And then they notice for the rest of the day that they're not, bothered by their allergies anymore, or they just kind of have, clear sinuses and everything.
And just to follow what you were saying earlier about the fight or, getting our bodies uncomfortable, cardiac health. It's huge, huge for cardiac health. Same thing when you're running, we're fighting against that urge. Similar, your heart rate does get elevated with both of the services too. And there are so many studies out that show if you infrared sauna a few times a week, your risk of, passing away from heart disease or getting sick is like 60 to 70% less. So there's huge studies.
At the risk of sounding self-serving, okay, I'm going to do it anyway here, okay? So for a guy my age and I do like to work out, I'm very passionate about it. And so what kind of personalized session would you recommend? Let's say, okay, I've got a little bit of a bad right shoulder. My knees, everything's in pretty good shape there. My flexibility could be better. I think I'm good in some areas, bad in others. So I may be your typical older guy who likes to still get after it a little bit. What would you recommend? What would be I'll ask you, Grace, what would your recommendation be?
I would always say, obviously come in and see us after you do a workout. Mainly again, because we're on the recovery side of health and wellness. I would totally recommend, depending on like if you're achy, I would cryo first and then sauna after.
Just get the inflammation down?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you can sweat it out and kind of warm back up afterwards. But it's kind of preference. Like we like to have people come in and kind of try it like both ways, that contrast therapy, whether you do hot first and then cold last or vice versa. Because again, we want it for you to feel like it's customized to you and that you enjoy it and it's meant like you have your routine there. And some days it also just varies as well. Again, sometimes people come in the morning or early afternoon. And so sometimes the sauna, that heat, it wears you out in a great way that you feel like you got like a good cleanse, but sometimes, you want to be cooled down after it and kind of re-energized. So that's why I always say start with sauna and then finish with cryo. But even on the days where you might not have, 45 minutes to knock out sauna and cryo, you can totally just come in for a cryo session. If you feel like, after your workout, you're just a little bit more sore, or it's great to prevent that soreness. A lot of people come in after their, hit intensity workouts and they're like, I just need a cryo so that I don't wake up tomorrow and I like can't move because like I'll go like cryo just after I do like a workout and it just helps immensely the next day that you just don't feel sore or anything because you just
no question.
Yeah, you soothe that inflammation right away.
And then on top of that, so then you're able to get back to it better. So you recover and then you're able to get back to things a lot.
And it snowballs and you're suddenly getting stronger.
Absolutely.
You're advancing cardiovascular health. Everything's better.
100%.
Wow.
And just FYI, you're not an older client for us. I would say our typical, we do have a lot of...
Fun. Well, I'm wanting to join now.
You're actually like one of our ideal clients. So, I'm over the age of 40.
I am the ideal client, right?
Truly. We have clients that come in just strictly for their mental health, and we have people that are in their 80s that come in because it feels better, that are still incredibly active as well. A body in motion stays in motion, and it's so true. But you have to recover. It's just so important. It is as important.
Grace said something though that after talking about 200 and some odd degrees below zero, she said something that is interesting, but I found it to be true, is enjoying the experience. Because I think a lot of people say, I have to do this, it's going to make me better. And yes, it will benefit you, but it can be an enjoying, something that you enjoy. Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah.
What do you hear?
Specifically for cryo, well, just our studio in general is a fun place. So we are, very methodical about, what the vibe was for our studio. So we we use the word vibe a lot in our studio because it's really important. So we're not like a med spa. It doesn't feel stuffy. It's not clammy. We have a really beautiful studio, very Southern California vibes. My business partners are from there. It's very clean. Everything is, kind of straight lines, very clean, not a lot of frills. But, we don't listen to like meditation music or anything. We have fun, kind of easygoing music. Again, all customizable for you. But in the cryo chamber, particularly, we have a sound system in there. So you can pick literally any song you want. So I always tell people, think about a song that is going to hype you up, like you're doing some intense cardio to. That's what I like to. We do have people that listen to meditation and birds chirping. So it's totally up to you, but it's fun. It's really fun. You just get in there and you dance around. You move your body around. It's just great.
When it comes to the exercise crazes, we've seen a lot come and go, but as you mentioned, this has been around for a long time. This is not trendy, and it's something that has proven science behind it.
Yes.
So I think to me, that is very, very interesting. It's not going anywhere. No. And as you said, you can customize these plans. So talk a little bit about what I have kind of avoided because I didn't know how to approach it, but you guys help me out because I'm sure you hear it. Safety.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about enjoyment, the benefits that are obvious. Is there any downside? Is there a safety issue or something that you guys have to look at with each individual?
Sure. So if anybody has any type of certain medical condition, there are obviously certain types of medical conditions that can't get into extreme temperatures, hot or cold. So if you fall within that category, we always just tell clients to talk to your physician, talk to your doctor, let them know exactly what you're doing, let them know that you're doing an infrared sauna. Very different than your dry sauna, and let them know that you're doing whole body cryotherapy. Honestly, physicians love us, doctors love us, physical therapists love us, occupational therapists. We aid in what they're doing. So I'll use my dad as an example. He had his knee replaced about a year ago, and he was doing some cryo to help alleviate some of his pain prior to that. And I told him to ask his surgeon when he could get back 2 weeks after his knee replacement, and he told him 2 weeks. So he was like, "It's ice. Go immediately."
Love
so,
it.
You just have to make sure that we don't have any open wounds. There is a checklist that we go through. But, anybody with any type of medical conditions, open wounds, severe dry skin, pregnancy, we can't do pregnancy. You can be breastfeeding, though. I think that's pretty much it. So really not a lot. And we can treat, clients can cryo when they're 12 and up. Sauna can do even younger than that. So we can kind of treat everybody.
Cryotherapy, we've talked about that. We talked about the sauna experience. Are there other services that you offer? Grace, what other services do you offer?
So we offer a red light therapy device specifically for your face, or if there's a specific wound or injury that you're wanting to treat around your body. It's kind of it's a smaller device, but we mainly focus it for the face. And red light therapy is great for the face because it's great for skin cell turnover, kind of smooths out any fine lines. It's great for acne, kind of kills bacteria on the face that can cause acne. We call it our Saluma device. And so it's kind of just like a shield that we put on over your face, and it kind of just rejuvenates you. It's also a 30-minute session. So some people like to do kind of 2 sessions in one. People like to lay in the sauna, get heated up, and then also do the red light on their face as well. So you kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone at the same time. It's great. It's a full body treatment then when you're in the sauna bed.
It's one of my favorites.
Yes, it's a super
You know
cool
what
treatment.
I love, and gaining interest, Legato Financial Group, again, thank you once again, is we really do try to emphasize that things that really enhance the lifestyle here in Louisville and Kentucky as a state, and this is one of those, because I've seen a lot of these kind of facilities in California or in LA when I visit, and I say, I wish we had it. Now we do.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about location and
Yeah.
how can people get familiar? Do you tour them? How does it work if someone wants to be introduced to Recover Well?
Yeah, absolutely. So funny you say California. One of my business partners, both of them are actually from there. One of them still lives there now. So we get a lot of inspiration. So they can find us. We are in Norton Commons. If you're familiar, we're within the South Village, right next door to Waldo.
Utopia.
Yeah.
Norton Commons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the best. We love Norton Commons. We love all of our clients there, but it's not just for that community. Everybody knows. You go to Norton Commons for all the businesses now, so it's really great. But we're in there right next door to Waldo's. You can call us to make an appointment if you have any questions. We are happy to talk to you about everything on the phone. Our website's incredible. Our social media is very good. Really keeps everybody up to date. But yeah, your first session is only $20 for either of them to come try. We have an amazing introductory offer. So with our services, it's really not a one-off situation. People do come in to try it, but if you really want to get the benefits, you got to come. It's accumulative, so you got to build up to it. So 2 to 3 times a week is great, really ideal. So we have an intro offer that is set up that way. So it allows you 3 visits for $60, 3 contrast visits for $60, and that expires in 2 weeks. So you have 2 weeks to use all of those, but that really gives you the chance to come see us 3 times, play around with the different ways to contrast, maybe try our LED, just try everything and see how you feel and really get a good experience. And then after that, we give you a little discount on membership and all that kind of stuff.
I'm telling you folks, it is a cool experience, pun intended.
Yeah.
And it's a hot place to go. There you go. We'll just keep rolling here.
Great.
The dad jokes, okay?
So good.
Okay, enough of the dad jokes. Grace, I'm going to go back to you because I find there is a lot of encouraging things about your generation, about the younger generation. You all seem to grasp giving back to the community. You seem to be very health conscious, your people your age. Do you find a lot of people your age are really interested in, even though the fact that I remember being your age and I thought I was bulletproof.
Right.
With that being said, be proactive, right?
Right.
It does help. So talk a little bit about the attraction for someone your age.
Oh, there's a lot of attraction to it. I think just based on like our studio, the people that, I'll hype us up a little bit. The people that work there, yes, the team. We really love to like reach out to our friends and family to come and try it, and then they'll stick with it, and kind of build it up word from mouth. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Word of mouth is a good thing.
Yes, but people my age a lot of times will come in, usually like on a Sunday or Monday, to recover from the weekend that they might have had out on the town. So they'll come in and sauna to kind of sweat everything that they might have taken in over the weekend, which is kind of a benefit for younger people so that they can get back on the right footing.
Also a
on
benefit
Monday.
for us old people too.
Yes,
Sure.
totally.
Recovery.
Too. But it's great. I mean, a lot of people, within their early 20s and everything come in just because it's a new experience for sure. But I think, my generation is really into the health and wellness space and really just wanting to provide, longevity in their life and, them working out, on a regular basis, they want to recover from it as well and kind of just help them get stronger and just feel better on a day-to-day.
Grace, Nicole, I have to tell you, I'm a believer. I think you've probably gathered that. Cryotherapy, I know it makes perfect sense to me. Saunas as well. And all. So how would you describe the experience to those who maybe are watching, gaining interest now? If I had to use one word, I'd probably say exhilarating.
Yeah.
Some of it is very exhilarating and the benefits you'll feel later.
Yeah.
But as we've said, enjoyment is involved as well. So how do you describe it to folks when you're talking to either your peers or perhaps a new client, to the folks who are listening now? What do you say? It's like
The best.
Ooh,
it's literally
nice.
just the best. I mean, truly, for anybody, whether or not you're coming to relax and be just by yourself in that sauna room, whether you want to be social and talk to us while we're hanging out by the cryo chamber. We are a social wellness studio, so we encourage you to come with your friends. We actually have 2 rooms that are tandem, so you can sauna at the same time as your friend or your partner. It's really fun. So, we have a little bit for everybody, but I would say it's the best. You're going to leave feeling your best.
There we go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go to this I think is important, and everyone's like balance. So being in Norton Commons, it wouldn't be a bad thing to perhaps go to Recover Well and then maybe hit one of the little breweries that are around there or a restaurant.
100%.
So do people
100%.
do this?
Date nights. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, especially we have couples that come in for date nights all the time. It's fun. You don't have to go out and sit down and have a big giant meal or do anything else. You could come recover and do cryo, and it's great. It's so fun watching your loved one or a friend in the cryo chamber and doing stuff. I always tell people when they're a little anxious about it, everybody's a little anxious with cryo. It's a little intimidating, but I always tell everybody, how often do we get to do something that scares us as an adult that's good for us?
Right.
Good point.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't get to do that. It's okay to be a little anxious, and when you come out, I promise you're going to be amazing, and they love it. And
it is you feel the benefits
Totally.
immediately. And as we said, if you happen to work out or you want to stay healthy and active, then you're going to feel them down the road as well.
Yep.
This is all interesting stuff. So another question, I like to ask this to medical professionals, and I consider what you're doing is very closely related to medicine and medical techniques. So I'm curious, do you see something on the horizon that perhaps Recover Well may either add to the menu, or do you see anything where you go, okay, that's interesting, let's wait to see what the research shows us? You're smiling. Nicole,
You're gonna make me tell my secrets?
Yeah, well, if maybe there's something
Absolutely.
there.
Oh my gosh.
Sure.
Well, first of all, we're always keeping our eye on everything with wellness, and there's so many things that we want to add. We are fully planning to expand. We are already currently looking for our second location here in Louisville, and we want to go even out to California and everything. But yeah, there are so many, maybe a full body red light therapy. So they make full body red light therapy panels. So unlike the Soluma that's just for the face or a specific part, maybe that. A little secret, we are getting ready to switch over to a different cryo chamber. So right now ours is nitrogen based, and they have come a far way, and they are electric based now too, and a lot more sophisticated. So we are in the transition of doing that, which I think is going to be huge. I think our clients are really going to love it. But everything. We're always looking. But yes, we're not, we don't like to jump on something as soon as it comes out. We like to sit back,
Sure.
kind of take a beat and see how it works. And mainly see if it's going to fit with our business model, with our clients. We like to talk to our clients a lot. We ask them before we implement new services, what are you looking for? What do you, and we ask them a lot when they're in studio too. And our clients love us. They love to tell us all the things too. So yeah, we're
and
open to
do
all
these
of it.
innovations work? That's important.
Absolutely.
I mean, you want it to be effective.
Exactly.
It can be as enjoyable as you'd like, but also there's got to be some benefits.
Yeah, of course.
And there certainly is. Okay. You mentioned the date night or couples or friends. I like that. But I would think this would be a good team building experience if you happen to own a business and you say, we want everyone to experience something that may be, and I don't think I'm stretching it, it may be life changing. It may be something you say, I'm going to keep this in my regular routine. This makes me feel so much better. Okay, so sell me on that. If I own a business, wouldn't you recommend that, Grace?
Oh, yes, totally.
We do events.
Yeah, we do events.
You do? Okay,
yes.
good. There you go.
So it's great for team building. I mean, we've even had bachelorette parties, bachelorette night there. So, the women of the bride or the bride's party and everything, they come in and they kind of get ready for the wedding, and we have the event kind of set up. We have, we can have champagne, drinks, food, really make it an enjoyable experience so that you can just kind of hang out and experience the full vibe of the studio.
I think this is fabulous. Okay, but to me, it's nice to have professionals because that's important. Before we started this conversation, I was thinking about Antonio Brown, former professional wide receiver, and he was known to be a little kooky. And like a lot of professional athletes, they believe in cryotherapy. They do. He, though, however, didn't take advice of professionals like yourself and did not cover his feet. So I'll go ahead and have you tell them, Nicole, what do you think happened to him?
Well, he probably got frostbite.
He did.
He certainly got frostbite.
He did. I mean, to where his skin on his feet was peeling.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
bad.
With everything, there are rules and regulations. So we have everything you need for cryotherapy. We have a full closet. We have everything ready to go for you in your sauna room before you even get there if you're doing both. So for cryotherapy, you have to cover your ears, you have to cover your hands, socks, and then you have to wear special shoes, kind of like clogs. Your socks do have to go up to about mid-calf because there's just not a lot of fatty tissue in between your bone and stuff there. So there's just certain areas that have to be protected, and we make sure those are protected. So we don't play around with frostbite.
Can I get personal?
Sure.
Okay.
Here
we go. Revealing on gaining interest, folks. Here we go. Okay, so I went cryotherapy, and of course, I would guess the majority of guys go in without their shirt, right?
Yes.
I would think so. Go in without my shirt. Can I tell you this? How do I put this? Family audience. My nipples hurt. I mean, after I was out of there. Sorry, but it was like, ow. The next day, I was like, what? Oh, like you said, no fat there. It's just. It's like an ear or something, right? It's similar to your ear.
Similar to an ear.
Kind of bony, or something. I don't know. But anyway, regardless. So did I make a mistake, or am I just a weird dude? What's up with this?
You didn't make it.
Okay, weird dude looks like the winner.
You certainly did not make a mistake. I would like to feel bad for you, John, but sorry, I don't feel too bad for you. Yeah.
You should feel bad for me.
I don't know if I can do the whole thing. But yes, that can certainly, there's certain areas of the body that are going to feel a little bit colder. Your shins are also one of them. Your nose and your nostrils, your little nose hairs might freeze a little bit too. And, of course, any kind of exposed area too. So, we could give you like a little half robe to put on. You could also kind of
Are you trying to say
hold your gloves over a certain area that might be getting a little more chilly?
You're saying I have a low tolerance for pain. You're saying, John, you're a little bit of a weakling.
Okay. Maybe. I mean, we don't have a lot of women complaining about that, so I'm not really sure. But, you know, to be fair.
Ooh, that kind of hurt, but maybe it's fair. Yes. Okay. Enough said. I shouldn't have brought that up. My mistake.
But no, it is fair. It is fair. But honestly, yeah, if that ever, you know, becomes uncomfortable, it truly might sound silly, but your gloves, you just kind of would cover that area for a second.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I want to end on a high note because this is really good stuff, folks. Okay, recover well.
Yes.
Norton Commons is the place. And as I said, make it a day, make it an experience. Maybe go in there and get your cryotherapy, get your sauna treat, whatever you like doing. They'll personalize it for you. And then go out and maybe have a few drinks, have some fun, and see if it does benefit you when it comes to recovery and your workouts and just overall well-being. So sell it for me here, Grace, if you would, please. Tell folks before we go where to go, how to go. They're very affordable. You mentioned that $60 deal. Talk about that again as well.
Yes. So we're really big on trying out that contrast therapy, having like both hot therapy and cold therapy like back to back together. So we have our new intro offer, which is 3 contrast therapy sessions for $60 because we really want you to see the consistent results.
So you get both with those?
Yes.
Whoa.
So you essentially get 3 sauna sessions, 3 cryo sessions. And so it's a good way to just, again, experience that consistency with it and kind of see how you can build it into your daily schedule, your routine. Because we want to see you, you know, very frequently because those benefits are going to last longer and you're just going to feel the day-to-day difference.
And if you sign up for a membership after the 2-week trial, you get that $60 off your first month.
Oh, wow.
Kind of a no-brainer.
Win-win.
And so something that was very important to my business partners and I is that a lot of our services, if you go around different states and stuff, it's very expensive. Cryotherapy is expensive. Saunas are expensive. So, you know, it's really important for us to get our prices, you know, as comfortably low as we could go so that clients can actually use our services and really benefit from them. So I think you'll find our prices are very reasonable for the level of experience you're going to get compared to other places. Yeah.
And what I love, what I talked about at the beginning of this segment this interview was professionals, was go to the experts. You guys are the experts because you really have this business down cold.
We do.
Down cold.
Hot.
And hot, yeah.
It's
a hot topic.
It's a hot topic.
It is, okay. Recover well once again. Norton Commons, I want to thank Legato Financial Group. We love doing this and we find this very interesting. You will as well. Recover well, Norton Commons. Go see them and we'll see you next time right here on Gaining Interest.